So what do you do when part of your home falls on your car? I was woke up the other day at about noon and I heard a huge crash outside. And there's this trucking company across the street from me in a residential neighborhood. Used to not be there, but this guy started building this place in 2018 out of his backyard. And now these big rigs are constantly coming in and out of my neighborhood. I figured one of them done slammed in the back of my car because when they turn out of the driveway across from me, they have to turn sharp. If they don't turn sharp enough, they could just hit my car and ram it right into the apartment. But no, what it was the brick facade fell off the apartment onto my car, and it's been cracked. And the landlord knew about it, or the landlord's son that fixes things knew about it. It's been cracked for years though. I've never seen a facade fall off an apartment before. But how would you react in such a thing? You know what most people do, and this is what I used to do years ago, is you get up and you are frantic, right? And you decide you just want to run outside, and you're going to be mad, you're going to be upset, you might cry, you're just going to be like whatever. And I didn't do any of that. The old me would have been crazy and frantic and gone nuts and would have been upset, and who knows how I would have reacted, and my thoughts would have been all over the place. But I've been working on myself so long, and I went to therapy for such a long period, and I'm still constantly working on myself with learning about nervous system regulation, the metaphysical and such, that I was calm. Basically, I peeked out the window, saw it wasn't a trucker, they hit my car, and I just shook my head. I almost kind of just snickered to myself. I was like, oh wow, there's a bunch of bricks. There's a big wall sitting on top of my hood of my car. But you know what? It missed the windshield. If I'd have been about an inch closer to the apartment, it would have hit the bottom of the windshield, just at the very least cracked it, might have shattered it. That would have been really awful. So I look out there, I see that. I had some coffee. I had only had a few hours sleep because I'm a night owl. I stay up all night, so I had some coffee. And I decided, you know what? I am just going to relax. I'm going to sit down for a minute. I need to gather my thoughts, and me being mad, upset, going crazy, ape shit, whatever it is, are going to change what's going on outside. So I guess what I'm saying is that's the best thing to do in situations, because you're not changing anything by reacting immediately. There's some cases you need to react immediately. If you were in a car accident with somebody else, or you would need to do things immediately, or if somebody was hurt in a situation, you need to save a life or save your own life or something like that, that's different. But this type of situation, I think it's just best to sit back and realize nothing is going to immediately happen. Just collect your thoughts, and that's what I did. And about an hour or so later, I went out there and I started taking pictures of it, and realized the car was probably going to be okay besides the hood being crushed down, warped. The fenders have scratches, some dents, the bumper's scratched up. But the car is 19 years old. I just wanted to run good. I've gave up on the aesthetic of a car kind of a long time ago, and used to be obsessed with that, but that causes a lot more stress too. So I basically removed the bricks. What's kind of disturbing, this is subjective, I guess, but the truckers are right over there. The guy's doing more and more construction. He's tearing up even his own yard, which I find baffling. Really, he's subjected to all the noise himself with his home being right up there on the hill. I guess he don't care. He's subject to his vehicles probably getting dust and everything else all over him. I get gravel dust is on my car all the time because of them nothing's paved over there, so gravel just blows right over. Unless it rains, my car's got gravel dust on it. I'm not gonna wash it every day. I mean, it's crazy. It costs too much money. Hey, I'm not gonna do that. So anyway, what's disturbing though is these guys are in and out of there. They see this accident. It looked like it looked like a bomb went off. It looked like somebody threw a damn grenade or something, just blew half the wall off in a sense. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit, but it looked pretty bad. You could look at it from over there, be like, man, I just kind of thought maybe somebody would have came over here and knocked on the door and said, hey man, do you know, your car has a bunch of bricks on it. But nobody did that. So it's like, okay. It was just something to think about, because I want to think that if I had the opportunity and saw something like that across from me, they're working. Maybe they figure they'd get in trouble. Who knows? But something I thought about. Anyway, I go out there. Nobody ever said a word to me, though, driving by or anything. I just pull the bricks off, though. I take pictures of it. And I was like, oh, man. The landlord's son, the landlord herself, landlady, she's in the nursing home. So the son, he works a lot. I think he has a family, so he really can't get over here to take care of things that often at these apartments. There's a few apartments that are empty that need work. He's not being able to do work too, because he just can't keep up with it. So I sent him, but I had to send him the pictures. I was like, this is what happened today. He didn't respond. I hadn't heard from the landlady in months. I've dealt with him, but she called me. I guess he sent her the pictures, and she's like, are you okay? Is everything all right? And I said, yes, I am okay. And I said, it fell off there, and I said, the car's running though. I cranked it up. I backed it up a little bit. It's fine. And she was like, all right, good. And we talked about maybe my insurance looking at the car, covering it. We talked about, was I going to file on her insurance? I was like, no, I don't really want to do that, because she's got so many issues in the nursing home with her health insurance not really covering everything. She was telling me how she's broke. They're having trouble fixing stuff at some of these apartments. And but what I did after I thought about it for a while, I was like, well, I need to be compensated for something. And what I did was I asked her if the next day I called her and asked her, hey, can you deduct a month's rent? I thought, well, that's reasonable. I really was thinking 2 months was probably really reasonable for what had happened with my car, the way this all fell on it. But they have been so good to me here. The rents never went up. I mean, it's $450 a month, and it's 1-bedroom apartment. I've lived here for years. I've never went up on it. I live near a tourist town. You hear nightmare scenarios of people paying a fortune for rent. So basically, she didn't argue with me about it or anything, which I've never had arguments with her about anything. But she was just like, yeah, she had lost the pictures or whatever, maybe accidentally deleted them. I sent them again. She said, let me see again. And I might have to have my son come over and you sign something. I was going to ask for 2 months, but I ended up not doing that because of all their, like I said, the stuff they're going through. So today she sent me a message and she said, just send me a text that you're going to agree to deduct a month. And yeah, we can do that. And I talked to my mom about it. She really didn't care for that too much. She thought I should have really went for the 2 months, but I explained to her, it kind of made me feel bad, like, oh, maybe I should have. But then I was like, well, no. I told her the whole situation. I said, they've been good to me here when I've been late on rent. They never get on to me. They work with me. They never charged me late fees when I've been behind. They've never went up on the rent. I said, I'm kind of like, I don't want to, yeah, this is an issue they should have fixed, but they also are having their own problems and their own troubles. And that's why I decided not to do that. But I guess I just wanted to share with you all, what do you do when your home falls on your car? How would you react? What would you do? What would you say? Would you go crazy, or would you be calm and collective and realize that nothing's going to change from you screaming, yelling, crying, or any of that, or destroying stuff? Some people would destroy stuff, or they would afterwards, they might go on an alcohol binge or drug binge or something. What good is that going to do to change anything? So, yeah. Anyway, besides that, the car is running. I'm thankful for that. And I'm thankful to get a month off rent. See, I also looked at the positive end of it. That's the other thing I used to not be able to do. It's like, well, I get a month rent off. The car's old, it's running, it didn't affect the running of the car, it didn't break any glass on the car. And truly, if I wanted to get the body fixed on it as well, I could. It would just cost me $250 deductible with my insurance. And I don't know if I want to pay that or not. So anyway, guys, shorter video for now, but I'll talk to y'all later on. Bye.